Hello and welcome to your Twin Flame reading. Thank you so much for joining me. Let's dive right in. Let's see where you're at on your Twin Flame journey. Where is your Twin Flame at? What is going on in your connection? We're going to delve into what's in your Twin Flame's heart space, their messages to you. Sorry, it's Bestie to his tail. Messages and what's coming up for you. And then we will also have an extended reading to this one. The link will be below, where we are going to see what their actions are towards your connection, towards union. So be sure to stay tuned for that. So let's see where you are at. Where are you at when it comes to your connection? Where are you at? We have the Judgment, and we have the King of Cups. So with the Judgment, I feel like you're coming to realize a lot of truths. It's like you're waking up to what's really going on. And so for some of you, it may feel like, okay, this is the reality of what's really happening. I am not experiencing union with my twin flame. And you may also be coming to realize that no matter how long it's been, how much time has gone by, that you still feel a connection. You may have tried to move on. You may have moved on already. You may have tried to just bury yourself in other things, work, social activity, even another partnership. But you always come back to the feelings that are still there. So you're awakening to the truth. And the universe is always giving you signs, especially when you are trying to let go of your connection. It's like the very next day, you'll get some sign reminding you of your twin flame. And you're like, this is not fair. I know. It's like, okay, you made the decision, you're awakening to the truth of, I'm not with my twin flame. Doesn't look like we're coming into union anytime soon. So I'm going to put it aside and kind of move on, maybe open myself up to letting it go for now. So that's all well and good, because that's good for you. That's exactly what you need, what you want. And then boom, the next day, the universe is flooding you with all of this love and reminders that your twin flame still exists, that the love still exists, that the love is still there. So you may have been contemplating for a long time, okay, I'm just going to move on with my life. I'm not even going to consider what can possibly happen, although you're curious, because the feelings are still there. You wake up and the feelings are still there. It's the universe like bombarding you with reminders that your twin flame love is like no other love. It's like no other experience you've had before. It kind of like can't compare. The emotions that you felt, the whole experience of feeling these intense emotions, such profound love and awakening. There's no one else, there's no one else that can do that, awakens that in you. And there's no other experience that can do that. I mean, sure, there are, but nothing as lasting as your twin flame connection, because your twin flame is a mirror of you. They are your counterpart. So it's like when you're trying to move on from your connection, it's like you're, I don't want to say like you're abandoning yourself, but you're leaving behind an aspect of yourself that is you. So you're like, well, what am I supposed to do, Jade? Our circumstances, our situation. I know, and that's why I work with so many clients, because you want to know how to cope with this. Not being in a connection, but loving each other like nothing can compare to it. So that's my work with you, is to guide you and support you in what you can do during this weirdness. It's not weird, but you know what I mean. It can feel weird. Like you wish you could just almost forget. If you haven't watched this movie, it's an old movie, but it's with Jim Carrey and Kate Winslet. You know the movie. Spotless Mind, Endless Sunshine. I scrambled the title, but just Google those words. Endless Sunshine to Spotless Mind. I don't know. But watch that, because you will relate to what these two characters go through. That's exactly what you're going through on the journey. Like you're like, how am I supposed to move on from this? That's the question. So that's where you're at. You're really awakening to the truth of, okay, there's this connection. You're awakening to, what am I supposed to do with it? What am I supposed to do with it? So message me, because this is where I work with you. And through the guidance and channeled guidance, we determine what you're supposed to do and how you're supposed to do it. So be sure to message me. So let's see where they are at. Where is your twin flame at on the journey when it comes to you and your connection? 10 of Wands. And then we have 8 of Cups. Interesting. So I feel like they're carrying a lot of burden in terms of their feelings about you. So they're burdened with guilt, sorrow, because of, they feel incomplete, because there's been no communication, no resolution or having the talk and coming into peace about what happened between the two of you. And so right now, it's like they're carrying the weight of that. A lot of guilt of how things, what happened in your connection, things that were said, or, abandoning each other or rejecting each other, whatever happened, they're carrying the weight of that. So that weight that they're carrying is also being mirrored in their own lives. And it's being mirrored so that they can see, okay, what it's to go within and say, and make the connection. So that is where self-awareness and self-discovery comes in, where they have to make the connection of, they're experiencing this guilt in other areas of life because they feel guilt about this connection. And if it's not them, their guilt, they are mirroring your guilt. Because twin flames are connected so deeply that you are mirrors. So if it's you who's carrying that guilt, they're experiencing also the weight of guilt in their own lives. maybe in a certain situation with a certain person. So there's some guilt over also like not being good enough for the connection. I don't know if that's necessarily guilt, but more of like uncertainty or guilt where you let each other down before. So there's this weight that is weighing them down because they don't feel like they are good enough. So you're mirroring each other. So it's happening within both of you. And they're worried of losing you. They're worried of losing the connection. They're concerned that, like they're either trying too hard. They've either tried too hard in the past, or if they're not trying hard enough, then they're worried they could lose you. So wherever you fit in that is they're afraid of losing you, and they're carrying a lot of heavy emotion, which in a lot of cases creates emotional energetic block to union. So that's where they are. Let's see what is in their heart space when they think of you. What is in their heart when they think of you? What are their messages? And in the extended reading, we go in more in depth to the channeled messages for you. But let's just see what's in their heart space when they think of you. We have Wheel of Fortune, and we have the Eight of Swords. So what is in their heart is that they are only wanting the best for you. And if they see themselves as not being the best for you, then they may be, that's why they're keeping their distance, or why they may be not connecting with you more deeply. They're keeping their distance for fear of disappointing you, because they love you so much. They don't want to disappoint you. So you're like, well, why aren't we connecting like we used to? Why is it kind of superficial, or like no communication, or in most cases, like no contact? It is because their worthiness and their fear of disappointing you. So like with the Wheel of Fortune, they just want you to be happy. They just want what's best for you. And if they feel like, for some of you, that you are better off having space from them, then that's why it's happening. But in their heart, it's out of love. It's not because they don't love you. And the Eight of Swords is that they've created themselves in this prison where they can't open up and be vulnerable with you because they're afraid of these swords. If they say the wrong thing, if they're too vulnerable, they're also worried that you could shut yourself off or shut them down, or, come down on them for what they did in the past. So it's like they've created this kind of prison where they have walls up. Just, even though they love you so much, they have these walls because they are afraid of disappointing you. They're afraid of getting into it again only for it to fall apart. So where they're at, like in their heart when it comes to you, is that there's still so much love, but they haven't healed from their own insecurities. And so the walls are still up, creating a barrier, creating walls that are preventing this flow of love and communication and closeness. But it's there. It's not like they don't feel it, but they're in this prison where they can't access that. to be open and vulnerable, and they're in this prison where they also can't access you, they can't connect to you. So when it comes to your connection, they're very much in their head. So it's like their thoughts are kind of outweighing what's in there, like the love that is there. So they're mostly in their head, but in their heart, it stems from just love for you and wanting you to be happy. So if you're in a whatever your circumstances is, so say maybe you're wanting to find someone else, or you are in another connection, or you're just happy the way things are, they don't want to mess with that because they feel if you're happy where you're at, then that's what they want, even though that's not what they want, even though they still have this undying love for you. It's not really, it's not what their heart wants, but they want you to be happy. Because I'm getting with the Wheel of Fortune that you've been through a lot. You've been through a lot. They don't want to cause you any more grief or any more sadness. Ooh, I just felt that. Okay, so what is the guidance for you? What is the guidance for you? Oh. We have the Hanged Man, of course we do. Hanged Man? Hanged Woman? What's the guidance for you? And then we'll go into what's coming up for you and your twin flame. Hangman and the Fool. Ooh. Major Arcana means major stuff happening, major message for you from the universe. These are two major Arcana cards. So, the universe is saying with the Hanged Man is that even though it feels like your connection is like stagnant, where maybe you're not connecting more deeply, or it's not going back to the way it was, or no communication or no contact, the universe is saying that even if it feels uncomfortable and it causes uncertainty for you, the universe is saying to embrace it. Embrace it. Because it's not for nothing. It's not because you don't deserve love. It's not because you're not meant to connect more deeply. It is because there is so much going on between the two of you that you both need this time, this space to explore why you feel the way you do, and to come to learn the lessons from that. And the universe is giving you a hint that it's not because of what your twin flame is doing. It's because the feelings that you have had there came way before you and your twin flame met. They came from your childhood. So the anger, the resentment, the unforgiveness, the insecurity, the jealousy you had to your twin flame is really a reflection of the unresolved feelings you had as a child. That's why we need the space to feel them, because when you feel the emotions and not have to just, they explode and then you take them out on your twin flame, the space that you have now, embrace it. It's because for you to feel the feelings in a safe space for both of you. So that's what it is. Because, like, see how he's upside down? I think this is Ross. Oh no, it's, who is this? Can't tell if it's Ross or Chandler or Joey. If you watch Friends, then you'll know those names. Okay, so what happens when you're upside down is like all the blood rushes to your head. And so your brain's gets more oxygen, so you can think more clearly. So the Hangman is about clarity. It's about seeing things clearly. And this has to do with your emotions. It's not just to think about, I feel upset at my twin flame, or, I don't know if I've really forgiven them. That's all okay, but the suspended in air, the temporary pause in your connection, is for you to feel those emotions and not question, just to feel them, because when you feel them, you heal them. So you don't have to think, oh, I'm feeling jealous, or I'm feeling abandoned, I'm feeling rejected. It's not to question why, it's just the space to feel them, so they're not a part of your experience anymore. Because the reason why you need this pause to feel them is because they've been so suppressed. They've been so suppressed that it leads to all kinds of stuff. Like, it leads to disharmony within the body. So you want to just let all of that stuff go. So what I do is, when I feel that, I sit in the feeling and I feel it. And it's really, really sucky. It sucks to feel all that, because who wants to? Nobody wants to. So you're just going through these feelings, you're feeling them, and you feel them to the fullest. And then, like a storm, the sun comes out again. So not to be alarmed if it takes a while to get through it, but you will get through it. But that is why your connection is on pause, because both of you need to do this. Not just both of you, we all need to do this. Not just calling you two out, it's all of us. We constantly have to do this. It's like taking out the trash. It's like garbage day, right? Garbage accumulates, and so we have to take it out so that it gets cleared away. Just like unresolved emotions have to be cleared away. And what happens, right? It's just like a vacuum. There's room for more. So you gotta keep emptying out the garbage. You gotta keep recycling, because this energy does get released back to the universe, and it recycles for room for more energy for you. And so with the Fool card, the guidance is you have to take a leap of faith. And taking a leap of faith, like blindly, sounds scary, but I want to say, it's the more you have blind faith, the more the universe is going to catch you. Let me try to find a better way to say that. The more you're able to have faith in your connection, that it's going to be okay and that it's going to be worth it, the more fulfilling you're going to be. The more fulfilling your connection is going to be. So if right now you're having little faith and you're not taking a leap of faith into the unknown, trusting in your connection that everything is working out in divine timing, if you're not there yet, then there's almost zero chance of fulfillment. When it comes to your connection. So the universe is saying, take the leap of faith, because the universe will catch you. Are we still recording? I hope so. So let us see what is coming up for you and your twin flame. What is coming up for you and your twin flame? We have the Hermit. Interesting. And you have the Queen of Pentacles. So if you have both been in your separation, not connecting, your love, your empowerment, your leap of faith is causing them to come home to you. They are, in a sense, searching for you, but because the energies are still out of balance or still off, because there's still blocks, they can't connect to you to find you, to come home to you. But when you are in this energy of empowerment, they are coming home to you. That when you are empowered, now just because this is a queen doesn't mean, like, it just means whether you're male, female, or otherwise, when you are empowered in your lives, when you're empowered in your life, when things are running smoothly and you feel empowered, especially when you're empowered in every area of your life, you are this bright, shining beacon in the dark where your twin flame can find you. Because right now, your energies are kind of like zigzagging, so they can't connect. So the work for both of you is to empower yourselves. The more you empower yourself with feelings of fulfillment, the more that they can tune into that, find you, connect with you, and then journey home. So this is what's happening. Again, it's the process to your union. So what I'm getting is that you are experiencing success and fulfillment in each of your lives. And when this is happening, they will be able to find you and connect with you and come home. So just because they aren't home doesn't mean that they're never coming home. Just because your connection is on pause doesn't mean that it's never going to unpause. Where you are at is exactly what is necessary on your journey. So to be gentle with yourself, because this is an amazing energy. For some, the Hermit is also a card of being on one's own. So if they're in any kind of karmic situation that is keeping them from you or keeping them from connecting with you, they're beginning to, like, this, their karmic situation is beginning to like fall away. And that too is a process. It never happens overnight, but they have the awareness of, this karmic situation doesn't serve me. This is not who I want to be. This is not who I am. This is not who I want to be, in my twin flame connection. So they're realizing this, and the Hermit is more of them coming back to themselves and being strengthened within who they are. And that will lead you both into union. So that is what I have for you. This is excellent. So I know that it may have been very turbulent and very uncertain, or maybe like stagnant, like nothing, like things have just been the same for a while. It's okay, because the Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor, in favor of your connection, in favor of union. So not to worry, not to stress. If you are still feeling overwhelmed and challenged on how to cope with this period of, what do I do and how do I do it, then please sign up for my weekly channeled guidance sessions. I have them in packages that are available for you, so you can pick your price point and whatever is comfortable for you. And these sessions are to guide you on your journey Because without guidance, it's like you're just in the dark and you don't know where you are, where you're going, or what to do. So I would be so honored to work with you, to support you, encourage you, uplift you with these channeled messages that are just for you, that you will receive in your email. So they're written, channeled messages giving you guidance on what the heck to do. So please do message me. It would be my absolute honor to work with you. And so that is what I have for you. Please click the link below, because we are going to go in depth about what their actions are towards you and your connection, and more channeled love messages for you. So be sure to click the link below and stay tuned. And I just want to say thank you to all of you for who you are. You bring so much to this planet, to this world. You bring healing, and you bring love, and you bring everything else that you are, which is what the world needs. You have gifts and talents and skills, and the world would not be the same without you. So I thank you very much for everything you are and everything you do. The universe thanks you. I thank you. Your twin flame thanks you. Your inner children thank you. And so on that note, until next time, I'm wishing you all so much more love and peace. Mwah, mwah, mwah.